Hey Scrappers, it's Vanessa here, and today I have a layout for SPIEGELMOM Scraps. And I'm going to start with showing you what I have done so far, which is to create my background. I took this pattern paper. This was from, I forget what it was called, but Poppy and Pear, I think, was the collection name. And so I gutted the center of that, and I'm just using a piece of pattern paper that I didn't think I would use the other side of as the white cardstock, and I went ahead and added that to my frame, my black pattern paper, and I did a little bit of stenciling with just sort of a distressed stamp, and I used some, I believe it was Catherine Pooler Mardi Gras was the color, and I did add a little bit of Glorious Days for some splatters on my background. So that's going to be my background for my page. And then I also, of course, I'm working with SPIEGELMOM Scraps, so I did create a little sequin shaker from a frame and added this little field notes and this little cut flower from the same pattern paper that I'm using for this page. I also took some black stickers. These are from, I want to say, Doodlebug, and I created my title. So that is going to be my title, and I did that on a journal card. And then I have my two photos, which are just what it says as my title, which are fairy houses. These are from a trip to Disney during Epcot's Flower and Garden Festival, and they had a Tinkerbell's Garden, and these are two of the fairy houses from that. And just to show you as well, these are the two sequin mixes that I am using. They're both older sequin mixes, but they match the colors. So I have the Forget-Me-Not and then Lemonade Stand. So I'm going to end up using more of those later, but those are what was in the sequin pocket that I showed. And then I'm using some scraps of pattern paper. So I have, and I think all of these are from that Poppy and Pear collection. So I cut these down. This is about a 10.5, this yellow floral, and then this sort of chevron is about a 10, I think, and then I'm not sure the size of this green sort of, it's not a chevron, but it's a wonky dash line paper. So I'm going to line those up down here. And then I do have some frazzles from the kit, which was, I am using pieces from a kit from not Color Cast Designs. This is from Color Rush Studio. And this is a piece of the frazzle. So I'm going to use that down here on the bottom. So it's going to go across here. I will cut that off. And then I do plan to put Fairy House in the center, and my two photos are going to go on either side. And off camera, I'm just going to take this journal card and use it to back the photo, and these papers here to back my photo. And I know I'm going to have my shaker be right about there. So that's about as much as I know at this point for how this layout's going to look. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get this glued down and back my photos so that we can come in with all the other bits and pieces that I've pulled and put this layout together. Okay, I have put everything down, and I did go in with some of these puffy frames and ephemera pieces. This was from an old Pink Fresh. It was the Noteworthy collection. I had those sitting in my stash, and they were green and yellow. So I did grab those and throw them on this page. So I'm going to start my embellishing with those. And then I have these cork pieces that were actually from that Color Rush Studio, or the kit that I'm using from Color Rush Studio. I decided this was Home Sweet Home and then this little house, and I thought, well, since my title is Fairy House, it only makes sense that I put in these little cork pieces because, well, why would you not use those? They kind of work perfectly. So then I'm going to take these other two little fussy cut florals that I have, and I'm going to go ahead and place those up there. So that's going to be sort of a little cluster there, and then I decided to go through my other sort of ephemera bits, and I decided to put a little cluster down here. I have a little, these were also in that Color Rush Studio kit. They're little fabric kind of poofy butterflies. I have two of them, a yellow and a green. So I'm going to go ahead and use those on this page as well, because why not? And I got this little word cute or cutie. So I'm thinking I'm going to put that in there, and then I got two little leaves to go with this floral. So I think I'm going to have a cluster down here. This will probably change around just a little bit. Obviously, I'm moving it with my hand every time I touch it, but that's going to go there. Then I thought I might build another cluster up here at the top of this photo. So I just have a bunch of labels here that I'm kind of layering all up in a ticket. And then this little sort of arrow piece, another one of those butterflies, and then the floral that I had on the other one. And I want to come in here with the two leaves, something up there like that. And technically I could leave this just the way it is, and that would be, I could call it done, but I do like the idea of something up here. So I think what I'm going to do is, I'll probably not leave this quite this long, and I'm definitely not going to leave them this size, but I'm going to cut just little strips of these, which are the pattern papers from down here, just to bring them up here, and I'm just going to layer them in some, excuse me, way, shape, or form, and then I have just a few ephemera pieces. So this will come down just a little bit and then get kind of layered up. And I'm going to put, I have this little All Kinds of Amazing, and then another one of those florals that I'm thinking is going to finish off this up here. But again, I got to cut that down. So I think this is what the layout's going to look like. I'm going to go ahead, get this glued down, and then we're going to come in and just dot in a few of these sequins. I might even use those wood veneer florals that are in this Forgive Me Not sequin mix. But I want to get this down first so that things stop moving, and we'll finish this page. Okay, to finish up this page, I did go ahead and grab, I'm just using the Forget Me Not for this finishing touch, but I did end up grabbing the little white florals and some of the wood veneer that was in this, and I did add those into my embellishment clusters, and then I pulled out just couple of yellow and a couple of green sequins here, and I'm just going to create a butterfly trail for each of my two butterflies, and we're going to call this done once I get these down, and that's going to finish up this page. I'll have in the description box below a link to the SPIEGELMOM Scraps shop and the Facebook group, so you can check out lots of inspiration using lots of beautiful sequins. If you are not buying the pre-order sequins, you can always use Vanessa 15 and it will save you a little bit on your next order, so that's always fun. Saving is always great. I like using discounts whenever I can, for sure. So that is pretty much going to do it for this page. So still shots will be coming up in just a sec. And with that, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.